So in a previous video, I went over how to utilize ChatGPT to create really magnificent ad copy for you. If you haven't checked out that video, you can go ahead and check it out right here. But it's a really great tutorial on the prompts and styles of writing content inside of ChatGPT and make it sound human, make it sound good, engaging, and not robotic. Now I'm actually using ChatGPT also to create fantastic graphics with DALL-E. Now DALL-E 3 just came out, say, a week ago as the recording of this video, and man, it is really powerful. I wasn't using it before. I didn't practice with DALL-E 2 or anything like that, but for DALL-E 3 is my first go around with this tool, and I gotta tell you, I'm super impressed. I've already been testing it with clients and we are seeing some fantastic results. So let me go ahead and show you how I'm using it for right now. That way you can start applying this to your business as well. All right, so here we are inside of ChatGPT and I've got my DALL-E 3 window right here. Now for you to use this, first and foremost, you do have to have a premium account. This is not available on the free ChatGPT account. And to start a chat with DALL-E, you have to start a new one, and then you have to hover over GPT-4, and then you have to select DALL-E right there. You cannot start using DALL-E inside of an existing chat. So here we're going to the chat that I have already created here, and we'll just walk through some examples that I've created right here. So this is one for a client who is in the animal space. And so here's what it spit out when I asked it to create some graphics for veterinary assistant career training. Now we can see here it created 2 vector graphics, which are very cool, and this style actually has done extremely well, and it created 2 lifelike graphics. Now when you stare at these for a little bit, you can tell, okay, yeah, this is computer generated, but think of this in the form of an ad, Instagram ad or Facebook ad. As you're scrolling by, this is going to look extremely lifelike. You're not probably going to immediately think that, oh, it's clearly a AI generated photo, and you're also probably not going to think that it's your standard stock photo either, just a little bit more polished and high quality. I mean, look at the shirt, especially right here, like that part looks 100% real for sure. That's really impressive right there. So we can keep scrolling down, can see some other examples here. It really does like to create these vector style graphics, but again, here's another example where it's recreating humans, and it does a pretty impressive job right there. And you can tell it what style you want the ads to be created in. So by default, it will create a landscape photo just like this, but you can tell it, I want these to be in a 1080 by 1080 aspect ratio, which is ideal for Facebook and Instagram ads, and so then it'll recreate them in the aspect ratio of your choice. Another really cool thing here is that for all of the images that are generated is that it gives you the prompt itself. So for example, if it creates something that you really like and you like to have more variations of that, then all you have to do is copy the prompt and then modify that, right? So for example, here it says vector graphic of a male retail worker of African descent, etc., etc., etc. So let's just say I want it to be a female retail worker of African descent. So I just go ahead and click on copy right there. I'm gonna go down all the way to the bottom. I'm gonna paste this, and all I have to do here, and of course I can modify this in other ways as well, but I wanna make this simple, hit enter, and then it's just going to recreate that graphic with that update. It's gonna make a couple of small tweaks, but for the most part, it's going to be almost identical, except for the person being depicted inside of the vector illustration. All right, here it is. So that is pretty cool. Very similar style, but we have the update right there. So I am liking this. Let's go ahead and scroll back up to see what else this has made here. Now, one cool thing is that, you might be thinking, well, I'm not a service-based business, so therefore these graphics are not applicable for me, but it can create stuff for product-based businesses as well. So here's just a random example of where I asked it to create an illustration that demonstrates all of the parts of a car engine, just to kind of see what it would come up with. And this is what it came up with right here, which is really cool. It can also create infographics right here. So here I asked it to create an infographic depicting the human sleep cycle. And once again, it came up here. So the really cool thing that you're probably noticing for all of these is that they're so different from what you typically see inside the newsfeed. So as you're scrolling along, it's not gonna be your standard, Canva photo, which at this point, is probably very easy to identify. It's gonna be unique, it's going to be different, and you're likely going to see an improvement in results. Now here are some other examples of it creating, human or recreating, human people. I don't think saying human people is necessary, but you know what I mean. This one doesn't look as lifelike for whatever reason. I think some of the other ones are a lot better, but you know, you get to ask it to recreate things to your liking. So let's go ahead and create one right here. So you can see an example of a prompt. So again, I know a lot of these seem to be for, you know, either service-based businesses or online businesses. Oh, I forgot to highlight this one. Look how cool this one is right here. Just like really, really clean stuff. So let's just do a quick example here. So create an illustration depicting all, depicting all of the components that go into a soccer jersey. Let's just go that. I'm a soccer fan. You know, typically I would give a lot more detail than this. So for example, we go back up here to this prompt, right? I did say, you know, create 4 graphics, target audiences, nutrition professionals, and here's some of the information that's on the sales page, right? The more information that you do provide it, the better job it's going to be, right? So this is literally copy taken from the sales page where we're going to be driving this traffic to. I gave information on the target audience. So definitely be a little bit more detailed with this, but here we're just kind of having some fun so we can see the power of DALL-E 3. Okay, cool. So here is a really cool graphic actually depicting all of the parts that go into creating a soccer jersey. Now here we're talking about things like that we would typically use for ads, but it can also just be done for some brainstorming. So again, let's say that you are a product-based business. I'm recording this on the date of October 24th, which means we, you know, are going to be celebrating Halloween just around the corner. So let's say I'm a t-shirt business and I want to create Halloween related t-shirts. So I can just come in here and say, create examples of Halloween t-shirts with zombies. Again, as usual, if you are more detailed, the better results you're going to get. But let's just say you're brainstorming. I'm a t-shirt company. I want to sell some really cool t-shirts. What does it come up with? Okay, cool. So here it is, trick or treat, zombie boogie, sweets over brains. Now I actually will get to that in a second, but it is just a funny this t-shirt design right there. So perfect, I can take this to a printer, I can print a bunch of them and then sell them. So it's really great for business ideas as well. Hey, really quick before we continue, if you are in needs of Facebook ads management and you are spending at least $1,000 a month, I have a link in the description below where you can talk to me directly. I'll go over what your business is, what your goals are, and we'll see if we're a good fit and my team and I can help you. And if you're not at that stage yet, if you're not spending at least $1,000, I can still help you out. I do have a mini course called Facebook Ads Rapid Launch. It teaches you everything, the bare minimum you need to know to get your ads up and running ASAP. I have a link for that in the description as well. All right, so as you saw, right, it is not good at spelling, right? You probably maybe noticed that when we're looking at some of the other graphics up here, for example, this one, right, it's supposed to say the mentally resilient dentist masterclass, but it's saying the mentally resilient dentist masterclass, right? So very, very weird. And, you know, I don't know the inner workings of AI. I would think that'll probably be the easiest thing for it to create, but, you know, it is what it is. Good thing is you can combine DALL-E with the power of Canva and some of their AI tools to fix this. So let's go ahead and see how we would do that. So we hop into Canva right here. I'm gonna go ahead and upload the image that I want to modify, which I already did it before this video. So I'm gonna go here, move this around, have it centered. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now I need to get rid of now I can't select that copy, right? Because that's just how the actual vector illustration was created. But Canva has this really cool feature called the Magic Eraser. It's part of their new suite of tools in the Magic Studio. Really powerful stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that. And I'm going to highlight everything I see here that I want to erase. There we go. We give it a second and watch what it's about to do. And it erased almost everything. This is pretty normal, right? So then you just go over to the spot that it missed, do that. And there we have it. The misspelt text is now gone. Now all I need to do is create some new text. I can add the heading, apply it right here. I actually already made this before, so just to make this process a little bit quick, right? I grab this and this, just paste it right there, and I can modify this, right? Because this is master oops, master class for dentists, right? So I could change it to that, and it still looks exactly the same as all the other ones right there. So with the power of AI inside of Canva, you can make up for the shortcoming inside of DALL-E 3. So one thing to note is that I've literally been playing with this for less than a week. I'm recording this on a Tuesday. I started playing around with it last Thursday, but I have been getting some really fantastic results. We launched some of these AI generated graphics for a client of mine, the dentist actually, and we were initially seeing a cost per lead about $10 to $12. It dropped it all the way down to $6 for us. Another client launched some AI graphics. She was getting about $30 leads, and it dropped it down all the way to $20. So really drastic results. And again, that comes to the fact that these are such unique graphics that you typically don't see inside of the newsfeed. Now, one thing that is different from the previous ChatGPT video I made is that you may recall in that one, I said very strictly, make sure that you have one chat for one company / brand, right? You don't want to be talking about different brands and companies all inside the same chat. It's not going to create the best copy and content for you. With DALL-E 3, I don't know if that's the case. Like I said, I've been playing around with this for less than a week, so I don't know if it's optimal to have one chat for one business and one brand, and then a different DALL-E chat for a different business and a different brand, right? So I'll keep on playing around with this. I just wanted to make this video because I've been really enjoying this so far and already seeing some fantastic results. So I wanted to get this information to you as soon as possible, but I'll likely create a follow-up video once I've been playing with this a little bit more, once I've been modifying the types of prompts that I give it, and I will share all that information with you, so stay tuned. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions about this tutorial, just let me know in the comments below. I appreciate you tuning in, and I will see you next time.